Hi, welcome back. What I thought might be fun to do in this section a little bit is try some finger picking. Okay, so if you have a pick, then put it down somewhere. I'm going to rest mine there. And we can just simply take the first two chords of our little 12-bar thing we did in the last section. Hopefully you've mastered that now. And really, as you can probably tell, we're just focusing on the top 5 strings. And funnily enough, we have 5 fingers as well. So what we're going to try and do is assign a string to each finger. So the thumb, in other words, is going to take care of the A string. Then you've got the second finger for the D string, third finger for the G, fourth for the B string, and the little finger takes care of the top E string. So, variety of different patterns, as you can imagine. There's no end of variations. Probably the easiest one is just going to be going straight up and down there. And maybe we can try that with also the little sliding movement as well. Okay, now this may take this will take as long as the other hand to build up the calluses necessary. You probably find 5 minutes, 10 minutes even a day is more than enough. The last thing you need is to practice it for half an hour, whatever, and then the next day your fingertips are so sore that you can't actually use them, and it puts you off for a week. So really just limited amount of time doing finger picking a day is little and often, basically. Just thought of something else we can do with this chord shape, actually. Just adding the little finger here on the 3rd fret of the top string. And then if we slide that up, that sounds great. I like that lots, actually. Okay, as you can imagine, there's loads of different chord shapes that you can kind of move around the neck, make some cool music with. So I'm just going to leave you with a couple of extra ones, a couple of my favourites, really. Here's one that I actually used on an album once. This is kind of like a C major chord. And with the little finger on the top E string. Now some of you are going, what was that? Okay, so here we go. 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. You might remember this is actually looks like our 2nd chord that we started off the DVD with. 1st finger goes round, plays the C, 1st fret on the B string, and then the little finger plays the 3rd fret of the top E string. And what I decided to do, I'll play you a little bit of the tune that I wrote with this, and then maybe show you what's going on. Simple chord shape. I started off. Usually when I'm using chord shapes like this, I'm looking more at the probably looking more at the 3rd finger, because that's actually producing the root of the chord. So So the third finger is on the 10th fret, goes down to the 5th fret, and down to the 3rd fret. And then the second time it goes to the 10th fret, 5th fret, back up to the 8th, and back down to the 3rd. Now I'm improvising with this chord shape. I just thought, as I was playing this, I thought, wonder what it sounds like on the 6th fret, and it still works. 8th fret, wow. Back to the 10th fret again. Okay, this was used in, also used in a Yes tune. Can't remember what it was called, but it's definitely got that kind of, that particular chord shape moving around. So that's a really funky tune, funky chord shape to play around with. 'Cause so far what we've been doing, we've been playing other chord shapes, but actually just over a static bass. All this, for example, here. It's all over a static bass note, so what I'm trying to do now is just show you a couple of shapes that actually move the bass note around a bit. Just to create a bit more movement now. Probably the final one I'm going to show you is uses all 4 fingers again. It looks like a bar chord. Now I know beginners, beginners tend to struggle with bar chords. In fact, there's probably a reason why a lot of them give up. They just say, look, sorry, I can't do it. So these, although they look like bar chords, you're not actually barring all 6 strings. There's no reason to bar all 6 strings. You can actually just play something that looks like a bar chord, but actually, instead of holding the first finger along all 6, you can just play the bottom string and leave the top strings open. To me, that sounds loads better straight away, to be honest. So we have the first finger on the 2nd fret of the bottom string, 3rd and 4th fingers on the 4th fret. Leaves the 2nd finger to play the 3rd fret on the G string, and then the top 2 strings are open. In fact, that was used at the beginning of, it's on a Rush album, Hemispheres, I think it was. And let's try and move it around the neck, see what it sounds like. Let's try it on the 3rd fret. That's nice. Kind of sounds all gone all Spanish all of a sudden. Let's try it on, I don't know, let's try it on the 5th fret. That's nice too. 7th fret. I mean, obviously I've tried these things before, and I know that if I played it on the 6th fret, it doesn't sound great. I mean, you might hear that chord on a Frank Zappa album or something, but it's pretty wacky. So 5th fret, it sounds great. 7th fret, 8th fret, and 10th fret. And why not play it if you have the luxury of a little cutaway, like I do on this this marvelous little Takamine I've got here? Then you can also play it on the 12th fret too. Okay, so all I was doing there was just simply improvising with one chord shape, and kind of sounded all right. I didn't mind that too much. Maybe even finish with an E major chord there. So really, what I want you to do with this, all this stuff, is just experiment, play around with it, try and change some fingers, try and work out your own shapes. 1,000,001 different shapes you can come up with, and just go and write some music, because that's what the world is sadly lacking at the moment, is any fresh guitar music. So good luck. I really hope you enjoyed this DVD. If it's successful, I may even do another one and show you harmonics, but I'll probably just leave you with a little tune that I wrote using harmonics.